I'm a Nigerian immigrant. I've been threatened, been made fun of. I was born a boy, I'm not a girl. People tell me I'm going to be arrested, I'm going to be killed like my mother. My mother's also from Nigeria. Our daughters were born in America, probably Florida, and she has another daughter in Nigeria. So me and my mother was trying to sue the U.S. immigration, and my mother's daughters killed her so they can get the money. In 2015, they framed us crazy, you know. And also, we were suing the NYPD for taking her home. A black American helping us, the police went and choked him that they were gone. So people, anywhere they see me, they be doing their hands like handcuffs and walking around me. The police trying to arrest me everywhere I go. I was shopping and the police trying to arrest me. And they treat me like a thief everywhere. Just like 2 hours ago. Today's March 5, 2026. It's around 3 a.m. I was shopping at the Wayne Reed Penn Station, and the police was surrounding me. Said, "What is all this? Why do you have stuff in America?" I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm not a slave. So we just don't like, you having property." And they were treating me like a terrorist. I'm like, "Excuse me, I shop here all the time, and you always find an excuse to bother me, arrest me in the bathroom." So there's some black Americans that told me they're going to start killing Africans also. That God had brought this Trump to allow black Americans revenge against Africans, that they've been planning to revenge against Africans for a long time. I said under this Trump administration, they're going to kill us Africans and take our property and go and lie in court. That someone like me, they said they're going to go and lie in court after they kill me. That I adopted black American kids. I was born a boy, I'm not a girl. I don't have any kids. I'm unmarried. I'm trying to sue U.S. immigration for arresting me wrongfully. My mother brought me with a green card in 2000. I was a minor child. And they said, parents can't come here with children. But it's a constitutional issue. The immigration arrested me. They were called INS. They're now called ICE. They were called INS at that time. They arrested me wrongfully. It was a constitutional issue. Even though there was an order. There was an order issued to the INS that they can't be arresting kids when they come with their parents. If the parent has a green card, they're supposed to give me a humanitarian parolee visa, and they didn't do that because I was from Nigeria. They arrested me instead. And my mother had a heart attack. The case lasted 8 years before I finally got my green card. I was going to court. So now I'm trying to sue U.S. immigration, and I'm trying to sue the NYPD because the NYPD seized me and my mother's home unlawfully in 2010. They said we were staying in a basement apartment, and they believed they had the authority to seize our home unlawfully without a court order, even though the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling since the 1960s that, people have rights even if they live in a tree house. Even if as long as you're a tenant somewhere, you have rights, the police can just seize your home. And there's a court order here in New York State, New York City, Supreme Court, Legal Aid Society filed a lawsuit against the NYPD that they should stop seizing people's home. And there was a settlement agreement since the 1990s, but the Legal Aid Society filed that lawsuit to say that if the police seizes your basement apartment, then the city of New York has to put you in a hotel room permanently to get help you find an apartment. And I've been on the street for 16 years. The Legal Aid Society wouldn't help me because I'm a Nigerian. So they all came to American first. Even though I have a green card. My mother's been killed, and now black American gangs are attacking me everywhere. A lot of them tell me I have to marry them so they can get some of my money, and adopt their children. So, so also the FBI is aware I'm trying to sue U.S. immigration. So the rogues among them is releasing all my information to black American gangsters. So on Instagram, there's this guy. His name is Primo. He seems to be talking about me a lot. So I started following his account. Then he started using threats. He started issuing threats. Saying like it was, and he got me arrested by the police. It was saying I can get close to your bitch. So there's a number of gangs. There's some Nigerian gangs also that want to kidnap me, bring me back to Nigeria, and rape me, and create children for me in Nigeria, and then tell the U.S. government to send the money to Nigeria, and kill me, and claim, I died in Nigeria, and I have children, and that the money for the lawsuit against U.S. immigration I plan to sue, and the money from the NYPD taking my home is sent to Nigeria. So this guy is issuing, I think he's issuing a threat to the Nigerian gangs, or what? There are so many of them. They attack me. The NYPD also has their own gang, and they said, they are going to, so what they're attempting to do is what is called, in America, New York City, they call it ghetto lottery, where people fake an accident and sue the city of New York. So they say they're going to kill me like Diallo. Get the police to arrest me wrongfully, and then they'll tell the police to shoot me dead. and then the police will apologize and pay money to these people. These people they will then claim I'm a member of their cult and I've already authorized them to inherit my money. So they're doing this is human trafficking. So this rapper, I think he's been to prison before, you know, and he was issuing a threat to me, you know, and but he made it look like he was issuing a threat to the other gangs that are also trying to beat him to the chase and kill me first. So he was issuing a threat, like, and was referring to me as the B word. Said, listen, I can get close to your bitch. I can get close to your bitch and I can prove it. So he posted that video like November 12th and November 14th. I was trying to use the bathroom and the police came and arrested me in the bathroom. Said the black American said I stole something. And the police knocked me down the street at the World Trade Center here and down the block at West Broadway and Chambers. And he said the black American said I stole something. And the police knocked me down, bashed my head against the wall. As I was trying to explain to them, I said I didn't steal anything. I was telling them I just emailed Lolita James like a day earlier, telling her to help me investigate. This guy issuing threats against me online, says he's going to kidnap me and also is going to, and warning the other gangs that you know that bitch is referring to me as a bitch. And that he's going to get me first. He's going to get to kill me first. And so I wrote an email to Lolita James, Attorney General. She didn't respond back to me. And then, the the and then the police arrested me like a day later. Said somebody called them, a black American called them, said I stole his phone. I don't know this guy. And and the person was hiding the black American. I said, show me the black American. I said, I have a right to interview my accuser. I said, I've been emailing for many years now. I've been calling 911. So I'm being attacked by black Americans who threaten that they're going to start killing Africans. I said, there was the time the police arrested me, took me to the psych ward, stole my green card, stole my social security card. I can't go back to work. At that time, Eric Adam also got involved. I used to go stand in front of his bar. In 2009, I used to go stand in front of his office to beg for money. He was borough president, and the staff used to tell me, get out of here. And soon they had the police arrest me, lock me up in the psych ward, and took my green card and, almost choked me dead. So a lot of the black Americans are competing to see which of them can kill me first. So this is racketeering, and it's called ghetto lottery when they set up an accident and sue the city of New York. And they believe my father is dead, my mother is dead, and my mother's daughters, they also have their own gang. My mother told me to be careful that there was some of a narcotic gang, they kill people for money also. So this is crazy, and your NYPD is just joining in because I sue them, and they don't care whatever gang kills me first. They're just ready to pop shot at me. And people were walking by me with their hands, like their hand is in handcuff. Like you can see that woman going upstairs with her hand like it's in handcuff. And they try to. I use the bathroom here also. That's how I use the bathroom. They bring the police, ring the fire alarm bell. I have diarrhea, so they don't let me use the bathroom. They treat me like a slave. Like R. Kelly, they say R. Kelly does that to his victims also. He would enslave women, and he wouldn't let them use the bathroom. Some people love that. It's to dirty you up. It's called scat play, pig play. They love, this is my diarrhea pills. I've been using the diarrhea pills to try to stop me from using the bathroom, and it doesn't work. I still have to use the bathroom, because, and then they abuse me like crazy. And this is rape, because trying to forcefully manipulate somebody's anus, as soon as I'm using the bathroom, say, get out, and sometimes I mess up my pants as they're chasing me out, so if you're having, under New York law has been modified that the anus is now regarded as a sexual organ, and if you're forcing somebody to walk around with poop in the anus, that is an unwanted sexual contact, like even for rape, you don't have to physically rape somebody. If you hire somebody to go and rape somebody, you'll be charged with rape or accessory to rape. So just because these people don't physically touch my anus, but they use psychological methods to scare me and get me to poop on myself, so they're manipulating my anus with guns, with threats. That is still coercion. They said even an NYPD guy used a broomstick to sodomize a guy named Abdullah Wimmer, in the bathroom of a Brooklyn police precinct. So this, and when that NYPD went to prison for sex assault, but they couldn't charge him with rape because at that time the anus wasn't regarded as a sexual organ. So sometimes this police plants people to start creating problems, and so they can throw me out of anywhere I'm at. So I don't know why this person is sitting down next to me, but sometimes they then throw everybody out. So, anytime I'm recording evidence against them, I don't know why they suddenly showed up at this time. So they're staging all kinds of, so sometimes I'm not saying exactly, I know for sure this guy is planted. But a woman was doing a hand like handcuff walking up, and he came and sat here. So that the police would just throw every homeless out anywhere I'm at as I'm recording the video. So yes, this guy is a Brooklyn rapper. His name is Primo, and he was threatening he can get close to me, was referring to me as a bitch, and it was like in the bathroom. And 2 days later, the police came and attacked me in the bathroom, said Black American called them, so I stole a phone, So I'll play you the video. It's a Brooklyn rapper. Follow them posting creepy stuff. I don't know if it's about me or what it's about. Every day some new shit. But I don't like when niggas be crashing out. Cause I can get close to y'all bitches. You play with me, I'll get close to y'all bitches. You know what I'm saying? Cause she for everybody. You see this? Close, watch your head. Watch your head. I said that for a reason. Watch your head. Yo, you can't move your head. You can't get close to mine, man. She ain't one of those, man. She ain't one of those. Yours is easily accessible. Yours is easily accessible. So you play with me, I will. A part of this. Listen, play with me. Yours is easily accessible. Stop playing with me before I hurt your feelings. What happened? What is what's that? Watch your head. Watch your head. Stop playing with me. Watch your head. Watch your head. You know what the fuck, agent? Yeah, so I've been getting threatened with so when he recorded that 2 days later, November 14, 2025, the police came into the bathroom on Chambers 1239 and lied on me that I stole a phone, and they bashed my head on the wall and took me away the handcuffs. At the time I have to come to court, and they lied that I beat up the police as they were arresting me, and they want to get me deported. I believe this guy set it up. There's a broken, so the Black Americans said they're going to kill me. Different gangbangers, they sent the kids to punch me. Say we were going to kill you and take all your property. So you Africans can't get justice in America. You sold our ancestors into slavery, and you think you're going to be suing and getting money. A Black American helped him also. The police want to choke him dead every corner. So the Black American gangs working with the police. They said your police does this, your correction officer does it. They use gang members to beat up the other prisoners. This is why your Rikers Island is under federal monitor. So please, the monitor for, appointed by the federal court for the NYPD monitor, that's your screen name, on Instagram, you have to help me. You have to help me. This police, I just went shopping, this morning at Penn Station, and the police surrounded me, said, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm like, I'm shopping, I'm not a terrorist, and they were treating me like a terrorist, and they were following me into the store, and right before this happened, a Nigerian was also trolling me, saying something's going to happen to somebody soon. So the gangs, the Nigerian gangs, Black American gangs are aware, and I'm being trafficked like a sex slave. So you can watch this video fully. It's November 12, 2025 on my YouTube. My YouTube name is Babatunde Olabopo 5455. So because so this is the Nigerian. In the early part of the video, the Nigerian was saying something is going to happen soon. So there'll be no help for you. You're going to be taken away. And he was saying he wants to get, he's looking for a lover. Let me play the earlier part of the video. It's hard to rewind the YouTube. Okay, it will come for me. And he was almost saying like, it was aware I was going to get killed. There was somebody who was going to try to kill me in the bathroom. His name is It's You with Uche. And it's like he's trying to lure me to escape with them and have sex with them, get in a sexual relationship with them. So the police is telling people to try to traffic me away from America if possible, or kidnap me and kill me in their house. but they don't want me in New York. They're trying to deport me if I don't have a green card. They stole the green card. The police arrested me, put me in NYC psychiatric hospital, and you know. So this is that guy. This is a creepy message, and they use it in Nando, but I could tell they're referring to me. And 2 days later, after I recorded this video, the police came and arrested me in the bathroom on Chambers and bashed my head on the wall. Like that guy was saying, Primo, the Black American rapper, said, watch your head, bitch. He was talking to his wife like that, and the police came and bashed my head. It was Spanish police, seven Spanish police. And they told me they're all from Venezuela. No. Soon it'll come for me, for the light in me. This is the calm before the storm, my zen before I'm torn. Those who once stood by me will then turn their backs on me. So a lot of them talk about me on Instagram. And they will, they'll be claiming, we got your back, we got your back. And as soon as the police arrest me, none of them will show up. I contact Black Lives Matter, I contact all these activists on Instagram, and they don't respond back to me directly, but they'll issue in the Nandos. Even Jemina Williams, the public advocate of New York City, I always contact him. I say, sir, I'm not looking for marriage, I'm not looking for sex, please help me, and he will do the number 2 sign. After I post on, but he won't respond back to me personally. He did number 2 sign. And like it's threatening me, like, you're going to continuously be attacking the bathroom unless I agree to marry him. It's like they all want me to bribe them by agreeing to marry them or have a child with them, adopt a child with them, so they can get money for any lawsuit money I win. So here's this guy, threatening a blocking rapper, threatening that, I'm gonna come for your bitch. Say you can't touch my bitch, but that bitch is for everybody. So they call me the B word. Anytime they see me, people will say, "Oh God, oh I'm a Christian." People will calling me, "Oh God, I'm calling me a bitch," and things like that. They say this is how they dehumanize women in America by referring to them as a bitch and stuff. So they keep attacking me in the bathroom, the police and your criminals, and they all want to share the money because I have nobody to inherit my, they believe, that they can just kill me. I post so many videos. They have the foreigners also that join in. Your police is stopping me everywhere I go. Everything I do, they make it look like a crime. So please, they have gangbangers. I believe your feds, FBI, is working with these criminals, giving them my information and telling them to lure me into some sexual relationship and just choke me dead, and promising them nobody will investigate, and they can just, lie about me that I was in a sexual relationship with them and I told them to inherit all my money. So this is xenophobia war, whereby they're killing Americans. Like I regard, I wanted to help me stop this. I filed a court case 13 CV 5052, and the police went and took Uganda. Another Black American that was helping me at the time, his name is Mike. We just got released from prison. He signed a sworn affidavit for me, and I submitted it to the Brooklyn Federal Court immediately. He was telling me he's afraid the police is going to retaliate. He said when he went and submitted the court papers to them, they were antagonizing him, and he told me he can't help me no more. So I was recording this at Michael, so I told him, please fill out the sworn affidavit that you went and submitted my court papers to the NYPD. I'm trying to get my home back deceased, and he filled out the sworn affidavit, and I submitted to the Brooklyn Federal Court. In that case, number 13 CV 5052. And just like that, Michael told me, I didn't even believe that, his fear was realistic. He said, these police are going to revenge soon. Yeah, it's just like that. Michael told me that the person is going to revenge. Weeks later, a Ghana that told me was still going to help me. Even after that, Michael quit on me. They choked Eric Ghana dead. And they didn't let me testify. So I believe it was killed for like this ghetto lottery. There was a guy recording it also, and they believe his family would be okay if they got money and they paid his family money, and his family isn't interested in getting justice for him. As much the case, the criminal case was was dismissed out of court, and the federal charges, the state case, was dismissed out of court. They said for lack of evidence, the prosecutor didn't let me testify, and other witnesses said, Eric Garner wasn't alleged. Eric Garner wasn't selling cigarette that day. That it seemed the police came to bother him on purpose, and they killed him on July 17th. I used to go to a Black American church, and that pastor used to say, I was born on July 8th. His name is Bishop Jordan in Manhattan, Upper West Side, and he used to say the number 8 is a very important day that people born on that day is like, God wants to use them for change. Even Mandela was born on July 18, 1918. I was born on July 8, 1981. So me and my mother used to talk about it, that even when I was arrested in immigration prison, the immigration computer gave me Mandela's prison number 494. So I was telling my mother that the feds was listening, because once you've been to immigration prison, even after you're released, the feds will monitor your phone forever. So I was telling my mother that immigration prison, my prison number was 494, which is Mandela's prison number in Robbins Island. So my mother was like, maybe God wants to use it for civil rights work. So they went and killed Uganda July 17, days after my birthday. A Black American pastor used to go to his church in Upper West Side, Bishop Jordan Ministry, says the number 8 is very important to God. God uses that 8 for revolution. Use it to bring change. So he says anything done on the 8th of any month is going to bring revolution, going to bring change. So he said not only the 8th, it's number 17. Anything done on the 17th will bring change. So if you're born on the 8th, you're revolutionary, you bring change. He said 17, he said God will add 1 plus 7 equals 8. So they went and killed Eric Garner July 17. They wanted his death to bring revolution. So his death was purposefully done. They said there was a Black American police officer that told the police to go to where Eric Garner was. Said there was a fight, and Eric Garner was trying to break up the fight, and this Black American police officer, female, told the police to go to that area, and the police said that's why they went to that area. And they were lying that they saw Eric Garner selling cigarettes, but it was so far away from Eric Garner, it wasn't possible for them to see him from far away. So Eric Garner's death is a ghetto lottery, and I believe some Black Americans were involved. The FBI may have hired them, just like I suspected, that they were going to be photobombing me. Photobombing is when you're trying to record something and people start popping up, distracting you and stuff. Something to say every homeless has to leave. We're creating trouble. So these police are trying to intimidate me as a witness to a crime. So that Eric Garner's death needs to be investigated as a ghetto lottery. They were trying to imitate me, because my mother was telling me before I was born, a lot of prophets told her that she was going to give birth to me, and I'm going to be a revolutionary. I'm going to bring so much change to the world. So my mother was telling me this, and the feds was listening, and I believe some Black Americans, they were through jealousy, and they heard a Black American prophet also used to preach in the church, Bishop Jordan Ministry in Upper West Side, and they heard him say the number 17 and number 8 are revolutionary numbers. So they set up Eric Garner to be killed on that day open, and even his friend that recorded it, because back then people don't be recording stuff in 2014. People don't be recording stuff on their cell phone, because the cell phones, they don't really have a lot of space in the memory card. And, it was very odd that Eric Garner's friend was recording the whole incident. It seemed staged, because I just, that was the same area I met Eric Garner. I was recording Eric Garner also, and I was recording, and I told him, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you get justice. And days later, the police want to choke him dead. And I gave him my court papers, 13 CB 5052. So everything seems staged, and they're trying to run me out of town. And there was a guy that was screaming, "Get out of town!" His name was Eric Garner's friend. So it seems the guy also knew the police would try to kill Eric Garner for trying to help me and stuff. So now they're continuing with this ghetto lottery, and now they're involving more Black American gangs. And they saw the way the Eric Garner family won 5.9 million, and the settlement the city of New York gave them. One of my mother's daughters that killed my mother, Flora. I was under federal surveillance, and that Flora, she was born in America, and she joined in killing my mother. But before she killed my mother, I used to stay with that Flora in Pennsylvania, and that Flora used to tell me that she's 5'9", 5'9", but she always lies and tell people she's 5'10". And the city of New York paid the Arigano family $5.9 million. I'm like, how did they arrive at that figure? Why not 6 million? Why not 7 million? I would think if you're trying to settle a case, you choose an old number. Why would you arrive at 5.9 million? So I believe they signed a pact with the Arigano family to let them know, you keep your mouth shut. We're really trying to kill this African, and this will be our bond. If you dare help this African, we're going to claim, we gave you the $5.9 million as a secret pact. Because my mother's daughter, Flora, used to tell me, she's 5'9", but she always lies to everybody that she's 5'10", and she killed my mother. And my mother was telling me she was moving with a narcotic gang. She killed my mother in 2015. And Uganda was killed 2014. I really don't know how to explain it, but that figure is very suspicious. And the way they killed Uganda July 17 is very suspicious. I used to go to Black American church. They say criminals talk in code, and it's always hard to decode it. Even as this Black American rapper in Georgia, his name is Young Thug. They said he was rapping about killing somebody, and the person died. And when they arrested him, he claimed freedom of speech, that he was just fantasizing. And the feds dropped the case. They say it's always hard to prove. So allegedly he killed somebody, Young Thug in Atlanta. And the first dropped the case. And the main evidence was his rap lyrics. They said criminals talk in code, and it's always hard to be able to decode unless you can get somebody in their clique to snitch. But I, as an outsider, I really don't understand why they chose 5.9 million to give to my Regardless family. And the Regardless family seems disinterested in helping me. I contacted our captain, who was helping the Regardless family, is also interested in helping me. And Benjamin Crumb, the family lawyer, I contacted him. He told me he's going to help me. As soon as my mother died, I contacted Benjamin Crumb. And the police came and arrested me, locked me up in the psych ward in 2019. And I've been contacting Benjamin Crumb. He's helping everybody else, and he wouldn't help me. I will send this video to him again. I'm like, why is he afraid of helping me? So I guess they all want me to die first, and then they believe they can make more money, and then tell the whole truth. But they're afraid of telling the truth while I'm alive, because they're afraid, I know the law, and I could get them arrested. That you knew the truth all along, and you left me to suffer. And I believe that they really want to make more money from the feds, and then they're waiting for me to die first, and then they will sue the feds and be like, Erigana was killed because the feds was watching that immigrant me, because I had an immigration case prior to that, and then they will sue the feds also. But they don't want to, I guess they don't want me to be alive and make the money. And the Black American gang, I believe Eric Adam, who's close to the Arigano family, hired this Black American guy to follow me around. This guy would show me his penis and was sexually harassing me. I used to stand in front of Eric Adams' office. Eric Adams' office was the borough president in 2019 to beg for money, and the staff would chase me away, say, get out of here. And soon this Black American guy would be following me, showing me his penis. And I was eating down the street, many blocks on Fulton and Franklin, and this Black American guy showed up again in the Chinese restaurant, said, we're going to kill these Africans. They think they can come here and be making money here. After they sold out my sister to stay, it's not going to happen. And soon after that, the police arrested me and locked me up in the psych ward and were choking me on July 23rd, 2019. And Eric Adams went and posted about it. Say, you outsiders, on my mother's birthday, he went to Harlem, our Shepton Church. Say, you outsiders, you think you're going to be welcome in New York? Say, it's not going to happen. Go back to Ohio, go to Iowa. Because anytime that they bother me in that neighborhood, and I used to go in front of Eric Adams' office and say, you police, I used to use the bathroom in the train station on Quad Street. Eric Adams' office, who was borough president, was across the street from the train station. And the police would come and remove from the bathroom. So I would go in front of Eric Adams' office and I'll say, you NYC, stop bothering me. You killed my friend Eric Garner, and it's now 2019. You still bother me in the bathroom. I say in Nigerian just became mayor in Ohio. I say in Iowa they're giving undocumented immigrant driver's license. I say in New York City you need to welcome immigrants like. And so the police came and arrested me in another area in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue, and locked me up in the cycle, stole my green card. And then Eric Adam went and made a statement on my mother's birthday, around my mother's birthday, January 2020. The weeks later, say, you go back to Ohio, you go back to Iowa. Said New York City is, is for us real Americans that have been here for generations. Say, you outsiders are not welcome. You know, and a British paper, The Guardian, interviewed Eric Adams. After that, The Guardian said, your statement sounds genocidal. You're telling people that they're outsiders and you're the real New Yorker because you've been here for generations. And Eric Adams said, some of these people come and Eric Adams said it doesn't mean to sound genocidal. It was like, you know, said he said he's just concerned about all these outsiders that come and to New York City and make money, but they don't want to share the money with the locals. And he said he's just trying to get, the locals to break bread, the outsiders to break bread. So I'm going to send you an email in NYPD Marshal where I explain this further, and the guy that interviewed him, I'm so glad the British newspaper, interviewed Eric Adams after I made that statement, and I'm going to send you the link, to that newspaper. I can't find the link right now. I think I put the link in this email but you can Google search it. Guardian newspaper interviews Eric Adams after his genocidal statement. Say people outsiders need to leave New York. And soon they lock up all the battles in the train station after I made that speech. So I was begging people on the train, I'm from Nigeria, I have diarrhea. Can somebody take me home so I can use the bathroom? And a black guy, Caribbean American guy, took me home and he told me I have to get married to him right away. I said, no, I don't want to get married. And he beat me up and he told me if I ever call the police, he said he's connected with the police and the police would throw me out and they would kill me on the street. So I have to cooperate and marry him. And I called the police on this guy and the police came and threw me out. And they saw the blood on my face. I was like, it's 2020 and Como had issued an executive order that wherever you are, it's your home, it's shelter in place. And the person said they're not going to follow Como's executive order. And they threw me out on the street, but they took a picture of the blood on my face and but they wouldn't put me in a domestic violence shelter. And since then, they've been trying to kill me and hiring gangbangers to be attacking me. So I'm going to send you this email. NYPD monitor. I sent it to the MTA Inspector General. They don't help me either. So it's like they're all trying to cover up because they don't want to go against their fellow Americans because I'm a Nigerian. And this is just so wrong. And I'm getting jumped everywhere, and so this has to be investigated, and I'm still searching for more evidence. So this is why I'm pausing with my speech. I'm searching on my phone for more evidence. It's just too much evidence. They abuse me every day. Every day, your police are out of control. They may need to be cancelled. They attack me every day, multiple times every day, make assassination attempts on me, choke me, make up lies to arrest me. So this was the day they attacked me. I just posted something about Eric Adams, and I went to use the bathroom after that. I posted something about Eric Adams, and I went to use the bathroom, and the police came into the bathroom. Somebody said I stole something, So this time arrested me on that November 14th while I was in the bathroom. Oh, yeah. They came and dragged me out of the bathroom, said I stole something. And they slammed my head on the wall. That guy Primo was saying I can get your bitch and was slamming something on his girlfriend's, on his wife's head. This is how the police treated me. Somebody's erasing my video. I put more videos than this. Somebody's erasing my videos. They're erasing crucial evidences. And they said they're going to kill me and erase all my YouTube videos. And now they told me I have to appear in court, and they smashed my court into pieces, so I couldn't make it to court because I didn't have anything to push. So they were obstructing justice. So I want the case transferred to federal court, because I'm a victim of human trafficking. My mother brought me here with a green card, and the immigration said the green card didn't cover me. Our daughter filed for that green card for my mother. Our daughter, Bolanle, she was a U.S. citizen, filed for a green card for my mother. And my mother told her daughter to file a separate green card for me. But that daughter didn't file a separate green card for me. So when I got, that's human trafficking under international law. That daughter doesn't like me because I'm gay, and I was a minor child. I was like 14 years old when that daughter filed a green card for my mother, but didn't file a green card for me. You can file a green card for your sibling. So when I arrived in America with my mother, the immigration arrested me. Said, there's no green card for me. It was just a green card for my mother. So that probably set me up. So she pretended like she filed a green card for me also. So since then, I had to spend 8 years in the immigration court. I couldn't go to college. I couldn't graduate college. Even though I finished high school in Nigeria at 15, I was very brilliant. Now I'm almost 45 years old. I still haven't graduated college. Even though I finished high school in Nigeria at 15. When I first arrived in America, my mother enrolled me in the college. I was getting 4.0 GPA, 16 credits, St. Francis College, Brooklyn, but they kicked me out because my mother couldn't pay the bill. It was $5,000 a semester. So now I'm almost 50 years old, 45. Even though I finished high school at 15, because of your racism and your killer police. My mother is dead. Our daughter was able to kill her because the police took her home. My mother went to live in Durham and they poisoned her and she died. She fled back to New York and then she died in the hospital. And your police would have investigated. So your racism needs to stop. If people that know me in Nigeria see me now, they'll be like, wow, the racism in America really messed you up. And the Nigerian government wouldn't help me either. They are supporting gang members in Nigeria also that wants to traffic to Nigeria. They say Nigeria is broke and they could use US dollar. So they say, so they believe, since I have so much information against the US government, so I believe the US government is just waiting for me to die, and they'll pay whoever shows up to claim they are my family or have just to be quiet, because I won't keep quiet. So they're just trying to pay somebody to kill me, and then they'll pay the person to keep quiet. So this is why the feds are encouraging these gang members, and they're giving them my information, and this is racketeering, and this is so this is what is going on. So this is see, 2 days earlier, that Primo rapper was saying I can get your bitch. It was one is other gangs, because there's some other gangs in Nigeria also that want to kidnap me, and it was threatening me also, because I always, so it was using innuendo. The threat was to me also that it was calling me the B word, because I said I love these Black American gangs. I told them to stop harassing me, and I'm going to get them locked up, so it was issuing a threat to me also, and 2 days later, the police came and met me in the bathroom, said Black American said I stole his cell phone and I'm hiding in the bathroom. I'm like, and they wouldn't show me the Black American guy. So it was a stage attack. These are the police. All right. They snatched the phone from my hand, so that's them holding my phone and still recording. I was recording, they snatched the phone from my hand, they've already slammed me on the floor. And the recording, the video of them slamming on the floor, is somebody that's deleted it from my YouTube. So they're planning to kill me. Even they almost killed me at Penn Station today, as well as when the police told me I can't come to Penn Station. So what is this? I'm like, excuse me, stop harassing me. I'm not a slave, and there's freedom of movement, and you can't deny somebody access to a train station, because there's freedom of movement under there's the Commerce Act that says, there's a Commerce Act, a federal law that said no state should hinder people, free movement of people. That Penn Station, you can get trains to Canada, Amtrak, you can get trains to other states, and they didn't want me to come to the Penn Station. I'm like, people travel here from Canada with luggages. So why do you mean I have too much stuff to come to Penn Station? You know, so you know, so the police didn't want me to come in there. So I have too much stuff. This is a train station. Hello, I'm not a slave. I'm allowed to own property, and they were following me around as I was shopping in the store. I was harassing me. So here's a video of them stopping me, telling me I have too many bags, they won't let me come into the Penn Station. And they followed me to the stores, they brought other police officers to harass me out of the store. I was shopping, you know. So like this Trump said he doesn't want immigrants to be getting food stamp. So I'm an immigrant and I'm getting food stamp. So anytime I want to shop with my food stamps, they harass me. They be like I'm a nobody. Mug me. I'm always eating candy and stuff because food stamp doesn't allow me to really be able to afford cooked food. So this aggravates my diarrhea, and they tell they don't want me to use the bathroom. Say we African, or due to smells bad. So they now always come here to buy candy. So they always harass me. If I dare use the bathroom, they'll come and choke me in the bathroom. So they sexually molested me. They say some people love it. Like say R. Kelly was arrested for the same crime in New York State. The Fed said, he wouldn't let his crime victims use the bathroom, made them pour themselves. So your police are sexually fantasizing me and abusing me. It's cat play, pig play. So they rape me in the bathroom. It's a rape when you forcefully control someone's anus. They raped Abdul Wima with a broomstick, but with me, they use threats of arrest to tell me to shut my ass up and get up and leave the bathroom, and they'll make me poop all over myself. I walk around with my pants is soiled. I wear diapers. So that's a rape. If you're manipulating somebody's anus without their permission, that's a rape. Just like you can hire somebody to go and rape somebody, you don't have to physically rape somebody. You can just hire somebody to go and rape somebody. Or you can be holding the door while somebody else is raping somebody. If you're holding the door, so I'm not crazy for making this analogy. If you entrap somebody in the elevator, let's say there's somebody raping somebody in this elevator, and I'm holding the door, I could be charged with rape, even though I'm not the one raping the person. I'm just holding the door closed, So these people, they use some psychological manipulation. There's privacy rights in the bathroom. So all these police officers have been arresting me in the bathroom, harassing me, blocking me from using the Penn Station bathroom, because normally when they know when I come to the Penn Station like that, I'll go and use the bathroom. And they didn't want me to come to the Penn Station. They said, what is all this? You have too much stuff. I'm like, I love it's a train station. I've seen people arriving from Canada with luggages. Why Canadians be able to come here with luggages? And I can't come to America. I can't leave America with my luggages. I'm a Nigerian. So they always deny me access to the bathroom. I can watch the video fully. So that's them blocking me from entering the Penn Station. And they told me next time, and I told them, you have no right to stop me. They said, you can just ignore us. I'm saying, so are you trying to entrap me? Telling me, when you stop me and tell me you don't, I can't go forward, you don't want my bags in the Penn Station. They said, we're not harassing you. When we told you not to go, you can just ignore us and go. I said, so now you're entrapping me. They need to arrest this police officer because disobeying a police command, the police can shoot you dead for attempted murder. So he said, next time we tell you not to do something, ignore us. Do it. So that's an entrapment in his own words. He said, you don't have to follow any instruction we tell you. He said, please, do us that favor. So they're trying to get me killed so the black American gangs can inherit my property and share it with, So, this is an attempted assassination. So please, NYPD monitor, you have to do something about this. I'm going to go to court against you also. I'm trying to go to court to file an Habeas Corpus, and I will name you as a defendant if you continue to protect these people. You're NYPD monitor, you don't advertise in the newspaper. I was reading the Daily News in the library yesterday. This is where I find the information. You don't advertise in train stations like this, so you still been harassed by the NYPD. Contact us, NYPD monitor. I don't know why you're hiding. You NYPD monitor, it's not fair. Someone like my mother, She didn't know you existed. She was trying to sue the NYPD. No lawyer in America would help her. And she went to live with her daughters and just killed her. You know? And I know there was a Floyd versus City of New York case filed since 2013, whereby the court I hired a monitor. They hired another monitor then, but now I heard in 2022 they hired you as the new monitor. So please stop protecting the NYPD. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, but it's just so suspicious that you don't advertise. You don't advertise. You're a manager. You don't reach out to victims. So I didn't even know you existed. And I noticed this lady. I'm not speculating. She's wearing all blue. I don't know if you're really trying to protect the people in blue. I don't know why you guys are not advertising to connect with victims. You don't advertise on the radio. You don't advertise, And the NYPD has been abusing me, and lawyers, Black American lawyers like Benjamin Crump wouldn't help me. I have been sending email. I've been sending posts. I've been sending messages to lawyers every day. They don't respond back to me. Every day I send messages to lawyers that please help me. They don't respond back to me. As a Nigerian trying to force surrogacy, the time they're going to even say hire people that look like they have AIDS to try to lure me, say to have sex with them and stuff. So every day I'm always sending messages. I send it to the Nigerian embassy also. They don't help me either. I'm always sending that's the Nigerian embassy, Nigerian consulate in New York. They say even the Nigerian government, they kidnap people also. There was a Nigerian British that criticized the Nigerian government. His name is Nnamdi Kanu, and they said the Nigerian government hired a woman to inject him with a drug, inject him, and she kidnapped him from England, took him to Nigeria, and is now trapped in Nigeria in a prison. So, and since I've been criticizing the Nigerian government for not helping me also, there's this Nigerian I talk with. His name is Yemi Asalu. He's a Canadian. He's a naturalized Canadian citizen from Nigeria. He's a lawyer. I used to talk with him in 2004. When I told him I have a deportation order, he told me he doesn't want to talk to me anymore, that he doesn't really like other Nigerians. He says he only likes Black American men. And he's also gay. He says he only likes Black American men and Black Canadian men. So he stopped talking with me. Then in 2008, when I got my green card, I told the Daily News about it. I now have my green card. But the immigration is still holding on to my passport. So the New York Daily News contacted the immigration, and they posted it online that the immigration told them to tell me I should come and get my passport also. So this Nigerian lawyer, Yemi Asalu, must have read about it online. I guess was Googling me to see if I'm still in America, if I got deported. So then that's when he contacted me that his own father just died. His father's worth like $100 million, and said he's now lonely. He wants to be friends with me again. So I knew he told me he's only attracted to Black American men and Canadian men. So it's not really. So I knew it's not going to work. So I was snubbing him until the police took my home. And I needed a lawyer, and I remember he used to tell me he's interested in Black American men, and one is going to move to America just to date Black American men. So I told him, look, this may be your chance to come to America since you're a lawyer. I said I have a case, and no lawyer in America would help me. And he told me, sure, he's going to come to America to help me. And he didn't help me. And then I met Eric Garner after that. Eric Garner says he's going to help me, and the person when I took Eric Garner dead. And now my mother's daughters killed her, And all of a sudden, I guess the Nigerian government told him, you better come kidnap this person because this person could get you arrested for the murder of Eric Garner because you were supposed to help them with your law degree, but you didn't help them because they weren't a Black American, you weren't attracted to them. So there have been people hacking into my phone and they're sharing information. So all of a sudden, I was sleeping on the train, and I saw this guy, I think it's worth like $100 million, touch me. And I opened my eye, and I said, don't ever touch me. Like, how did you even know where I'm at? And he's been driving around this neighborhood in a presidential car, like a Nigerian presidential car, with his license plate 0001. It's like a luxury car, and it's been following me around. So I guess it's I don't know, but his father, before his father died, Chief Asalu was the head of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and the Nigerian Stock Exchange is worth like hundreds of billions of dollars. So I guess it's connected with the political class in Nigeria. I don't know. So it's been America following me around, and I heard the Nigerian government hires undercover agents like that to lure you through sex, and they will inject you with a drug and put you in the back seat of a bumper and drive you away from America or England, and go and put you in a Nigerian prison because I'm also gay, and so I'm a victim of human trafficking. So there's this Nigerian. I said the Chinese government does that also. Hire secret spies to come and kidnap Chinese citizens and deport them back to China. The FBI had to raid the secret Chinese police station in Chinatown. So this Nigerian guy called Yemi Asalu is a Canadian. I've been seeing him in America. I don't know if he's a registered agent of the Nigerian government, but he has the right to try to kidnap me. It's against the law. But as a Nigerian, I'm being treated like shit, and it's just too much. So please, I solemnly swear that United States perjury laws and other relevant laws and U.S. Constitution that what I'm saying is true to my belief, to what I remember, and to my knowledge, and I'm also seeking non-conditional charitable financial donation to my cash app NYC homeless and or to me in person, and or student loan with interest rates similar to the one U.S. government charges student in America or commercial bank charges students in New York City. And I'm not looking for marriage with anyone. I'm not looking for surrogacy. I'm not looking for membership in any cult or gang, whether religious, social, or sexual. And I don't have an agreement. And also, I'm not looking for friendship with anyone, whether secret or open. And in case I die or I'm killed, only civil activists like me that haven't denied me for the past to administer my state and get justice for me and my late mother, and those being deported by Trump should be prioritized for assistance for my state, for financial assistance, and people suffering from should also get money from my state. And no family or friends should administer my state or get any money from my state. And nobody should make a movie about me. People are telling me they're going to kill me, have the police kill me, and make a movie about it. I used to look like Michael Jackson when I was younger. I no longer look like him. I don't want to be associated with him. And also, I'm very introverted. I don't like to talk about my life. The only reason why I'm talking about my life now is when I'm under duress. I told the U.S. immigration that when they were planning to deport me, after they arrested me at JFK airport, I told them I'm not saving Nigeria because my father was abusive to me. So they asked me, do I have any witnesses? I told them, they asked me, did I tell my sisters here in America? I said no, and they were like, why not? I said, because I'm introvert, I don't really like to talk about anything about my life, personal life, because I only talk about general stuff. So it's in my immigration file, I'm introverted. My immigration file number is 7795463. So my family member or any so-called friend wouldn't know anything about me unless things are posted online, and I wouldn't trust anybody to accurately represent me. So nobody should make a movie about me unless I'm alive and want to participate in the movie. So please, the New York State has the right of sepulchre that you have to respect somebody's wish even after they die. There's wish when they're alive. And also, so nobody should make a movie about me unless I'm alive and well to participate in the movie and direct the movie and market the movie, And so please, anyone that tries to claim I'm lying or that I have a secret agreement with them for them to adopt a child for me or adopted a child should be arrested for attempted perjury, attempted assassination, attempted murder, attempted inheritance scam, attempted human trafficking, child trafficking, sex trafficking. So please respect my wish, So this is what is going on. So there's just so much evidence, you know, and it's a whole lot of evidence. And the time the police choked me, July 23rd, 2019, you know, uh, I have the video saved in my. Somebody may have deleted it from my YouTube. They're deleting my videos from my YouTube. So and they said that when they kill me, they're going to erase all my videos and try to say and lie that I'm crazy and all the videos I recorded is not true. So please arrest these people under perjury. Because how can I be crazy and I have such a sophisticated knowledge of the law, signing, issuing a sworn statement under perjury. So no crazy person will be able to remember all that. And if I'm lying, that means I'm just a sophisticated criminal. That doesn't mean I'm crazy. So the fact that I have an advanced knowledge of the law, like perjury and stuff, shows I'm not crazy. You know. So that would defeat anybody. So please subpoena my FBI surveillance tapes, and also any YouTube and Google Drive for any videos that may have been deleted. You know, you know. So, so, um, I'm still trying to get the video of me being choked on July 23rd, 2019. I'm searching through my phone for that chokehold video. You know, and okay. So here's the Guardian interviewing Eric Adams. After he made that statement, you go back to Ohio. I know, because I used to go in front of his office while I was borough president and say, a Nigerian became mayor in Ohio. The letting undocumented immigrants have driver's license in Iowa, and then he sent the police to arrest green card and say, Ohio, you're not. So yeah, video. Here's the choco video. This I regard him got the police arrested my green. What the fuck? Why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking my girlfriend? Why are you attacking my girlfriend? They want to steal my property. They want to steal my property. My belongings. They want more. So that's them choking me. The black Americans are ordering the police to be choking Africans. NYPD monitor, don't hide this anymore. I'm contacting International Criminal Court. This American got them to steal my green card like I was screaming. They said they want to steal my property, because they had hired some black American kids to be spitting at me in that some days earlier, and I called 911. They transferred me to the IAB, Internal Affairs Bureau, and I told them, that look, there's some black Americans in that train station, Bay Ridge Avenue, downstairs, Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue in Brooklyn, our train station. Some black American kids were spitting them and were punching me, and I ran upstairs, I was screaming, and there was this black American, she was an African police officer, near the transfer. I said, ma'am, I was screaming and you didn't help me. And she had a New York accent. She was like, nobody likes you. We don't want you in Brooklyn anymore. I'm like, excuse me, you're an African also. I'm a Nigerian. And I guess she was an American citizen. And she was like, stop coming to Brooklyn or you're going to get killed or we're going to take all your stuff. So, and days later, so I called 911. I reported her and they transferred me to IAB, Internal Affairs Bureau. And as I was talking to the IAB, the black American guy answering the phone for IAB kept hanging up the phone on me. It was a police officer also. And I'll call him back. And he would say, look, I don't understand your accent. You're just talking like a monkey. And he'll hang up on me again. And then this is how I knew, they were just trying to steal my property. So this is how I was screaming. They're trying to steal my property. You know. What the fuck? Why are you attacking me? So I guess they think this will make more money for the Regana's family. And they can sue again and claim, I believe the feds was involved in killing Regana, and after they kill Regana, they kill Regana's friend again and make more money. So they told, and people were telling me, you're a sacrifice. They say, Jesus, you come here to make black Americans money. So they say, so this is why they're delaying me from getting justice. So NYP monitor, you are appointed by the federal court, and I don't know why you're keeping your activities secret. You're not reaching out to victims. You don't advertise. in TV. I got to lawyer of trying to cover up for our fellow Black Americans, but she's wearing all blue, and I know blue is the color of NYPD. I don't know if she's sending a coded message to them that she's for NYPD, but ever since I I got her name in the newspaper. Some NYPD have been following me around, trying to attack me in the Penn Station. And I don't know why they're so confident that if they kill me, they'll be all right. And even if they make an attempt to kill me, they'll be all right. So, and I don't know why your office, NYPD monitor, I don't know why you've not reached out to victims like me. You don't advertise. My mother would have made use of your services. She was looking for a lawyer. The Black American lawyers is not helping me. The white lawyers are not helping me. And this police made an attempt as I was trying to enter Penn Station. They were like, we don't want you with all your bags in our station. I'm like, excuse me, I'm not a slave. I've seen Canadians arrive in America with luggages, you know, you know, and, uh, you know, and my stuff is neatly tied together. I even have a chain lock. So they were just trying to start a fight with me, and they were looking at me condescendingly like I was crazy. Like Michael Jackson's father said, he said when they start treating someone like they're crazy in America, calling them Michael Jackson, they're planning to kill that person and get away with it. So two people that don't have rights in America are blacks and crazy people. So it's a premeditated attempted murder, because they said the police can kill you and claim you're crazy, and they always rage bait me. They always try to escalate stuff. And the statement of that police officer, he said, even though we stopped you and told you can't go forward, since you have just ignored us and go forward. This is a police officer with a gun. I told him, don't entrap me. You have a gun and you were telling me to disobey your order. You told me I can't move forward. You don't want my bag in your station. So you can, listen, next time we order you to do something, ignore us, okay? So they're rage baiting me and trying to kill me. Arrest those police officers for attempted murder. As soon as I took it, so that they said this Eric Adam is friends with the FBI, and if FBI is if anyone's under FBI surveillance, they always tell him. So it's working with, and they're trying to kill me because the New York City Department of Investigation said they want to investigate him for the Turkish government bribing him. The day I got arrested, a Turkish guy came and slapped me. So I believe the Turkish government knew Eric Adams want me killed to make more money for the Eric Garner's family, and they sent a Turkish guy to slap me, and that was why I was angry, and the police came and slammed me on the floor and locked me up in the mental ward. So the video I just showed, on July 23rd, 2019. So, and Trump said they should drop that Turkish case, saying needs a Adam for immigration enforcement. And Trump, they used to dupe me in his hotel. I used to go to his hotel in 2011, Atlantic City, Trump's casino. I won a lot of money, and they didn't pay me the money. Now, a U.S. senator called from Arizona, called Mr. Mark Kelly, said they are looking for victims that was duped by Trump in his Atlantic City hotel, and they filed for bankruptcy. So they would find out that when you win money, it wouldn't pay you the money you want, and they use the police to chase you away. And I've reached out to this U.S. senator from Arizona, Mark Kelly, but they don't want to help me because I'm a Nigerian. So they're looking to help all other Americans, and there's no need for that. There's no need for that. For all this discrimination, I'm a green card status. Even though the police choked me and stole that green card from me, and they wouldn't return it to me. And the guy took me home and raped me because I didn't have my green card anymore, and I couldn't work. And the guy took me home, said I could come use the bathroom in his house, and he held me hostage and raped me. So Eric Adams needs to be arrested and those police officers that stole my green card needs to be arrested for accessory to rape. So like the video I showed you. Let me try and open up the video again. Yeah. My phone is now freezing. Poor thing. I have so many evidence saved in my phone, and I have like 50 phones. I keep some of them in my chest bag. These are not real breasts. This is my chest bag. And they want to take all the phones from me and delete it because the phones will incriminate them. When they were arresting me, I had a phone with me. It was the initial stage of the arrest. On July 20, 2019, the interaction with the police, which wasn't crazy, and they went and lied. That they saw me on the street, roaming the street, and I was crazy. I didn't remember my name. And the NYC psychiatric hospital, was trying to apply for Medicaid for me, and I was, and I said no, and that's Medicaid fraud. That is Medicaid fraud. So this is just, so that, that's Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. So they were choking me and stuff. On July 20, 2019, Bay Ridge and 4th Avenue. There was police cameras all over, and I was recording them also. And they stole that phone from, but they gave it back to me. So I still have that phone in my chest pocket. It will show the initial stage of the interaction. How the Turkish guy came and slapped me. They used to have a Caribbean guy. He'd be scratching his booty. The police camera would be recording in front of the Rite Aid store was there, and he'd be scratching his booty. So it's a hate crime. And this American was hiring Caribbeans to be insulting me, and even up to now, the Caribbeans. I went to the Long Island Railroad to use the bathroom in Brooklyn, and some Caribbean were saying these Africans stink and called the police on me, and they chased me out of the bathroom just last month. And another Caribbean woman naked herself outside and was harassing me, and was following me naked, naked herself outside, and they were just trying to get the police to kill me. So I've heard about mistaken killings by the police like that. I don't naked yourself around me. I said, I'm black, you're black. I said, and I was using the phone booth on Atlantic Avenue. I said, look, kids can see you naked. I said, and I said, the police can come after you leave and arrest me and kill me. I said the little kids were complaining that there was a woman naked. And, and the Jamaican woman said she was going to beat me up. So she has the right to be walking around naked. So I think they're promising these Jamaicans visa. They should annoy me and start a fight with me and call the police to kill me, and they can get a T visa. I think some of these people, they are being trafficked by Eric Adams. But there's a law in America called T visa law. If you're a foreigner and you claim you are abused in America, they'll give you a T visa, especially if the police substantiate your claim, especially if they kill me and I'm being regarded as the perpetrator of the abuse, and they will allow these Caribbean people to stay in America forever. So they're telling these Caribbean people I think some of these Caribbean people don't have visas. I don't know if they have visas or not. Or maybe they just want to get a T visa to bring their family members here. And this one was naked in herself. Another one came to attack me in the bathroom in Brooklyn. Said that we Africans, we stink. And they were insulting me, using the N-word on me. Say, you're a nigger. You're a nigger. You Africans are niggers. So this is crazy. It's just so much. And the one that killed me with a heart attack. They said there's something called broken heart syndrome, that if you make somebody angry enough, they could just have a heart attack. So this me crying for help. This was 2 weeks ago. So international kidnappers invade. So this was the woman naked. So Jamaican woman just came to my room. Yeah, that's her. That's her naked. That's her naked in herself. So they're trolling me. That's her naked in herself. They came and touched me and then went and naked herself. Trolling me to make it look like, so that the police can come and arrest me. This African. So the police can come and arrest me and say, they saw somebody naked. So this Jamaican woman, and she came and touched me and then went behind my back and naked herself. And then she said, why you recording me? Stay away from me. Stay away from me. I don't know you. So they said this is how they kill black Americans. This Atlantic Avenue. The police will say, they're looking for. There's this Atlantic Avenue by the Brooklyn Barclays Stadium. And I believe she came and I was using the phone booth. I was trying to upload videos of another Jamaican woman calling the police on me in the train station bathroom, Long Island Railroad in Brooklyn, saying I stink, say we Africans stink. And this Jamaican woman was calling me nigger. But why are you coming near me? I'm not coming near you. This is a free world. You were coming near me. There's other phone booth. I'm using this one. I'm using this one. No, I was here first. I'm using this one. But stop nicking yourself around me. I was here first. Stop jumping me. Stop jumping me. I'm a black woman. Whatever. Not a nigger. Excuse you?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm a woman. And you know, there are some Jamaicans who call me nigger. Another Jamaican was in the bathroom with me in the train station and said, "These Africans stink," and went and called the police and drove me out of the bathroom. You know, and they engaged in a rage bait. And as soon as I left, a guy came and stole my phone, and the police wouldn't arrest him, and they told him to give me the phone back. You know, the phone I was using to record the incident. So they just trying to drive me crazy. A guy came and stole my phone, and he went into the next car. So this NYPD, I believe, is an undercover cop. You know, like the same day, every day, and you know they're trying to kill me on the train. I had to be walking through the emergency doors, you know, just to try to escape him. That's him. You know, he was wearing blue also. So they're wearing blue, like the black American lawyer, Mrs. I don't know her name anymore. She's wearing blue. She's the NYPD manager, and they're not advertising that victims of NYPD abuse should contact them. And you know, that's the phone is stole. That's you know, and I was able to retrieve it back. You know, and they won't let me file a police report.
Wow. I got myself something.
And the police won't let me do a police report.
Wow.
So you got your phone back, so why should we arrest him?
Yeah. I need to get out. I need to get out. Stand clear of hold on. Please. Hello. Hey, tell them to. I'm trying to get my text now. Can someone help me with the door? I'm so sorry.
Why are you getting off the train?
No, I want to sign a police report.
You want to file a police report?
Yeah.
You got your phone back.
Yeah, I want to sign a police
So
report.
what do you expect is going to happen with a police report?
You know, once you leave the street by
You got your phone.
yeah, if I was watching, I want to know his name.
They're not going to give you his name.
For stealing my phone?
They're not going to tell you anybody's name. You got your phone back, right?
Yeah.
Get back on the train.
Can I have your back number? So I think I'm the one robbing people. The police.
So they're covering up crimes. You know, and people almost beat me up on that train. You know, and some black Americans said they're going to kill me, like Jordan Neely. Jordan Neely was angry that his mother is dead. My own mother is killed also. And so a white guy snuck behind him and took him dead. So they're trying to reenact any bad incident. And people were screaming at me, "Stop holding up the train, stop holding up the train." People almost jumped me. So this is terrorism. There was a black American that was holding people up like 2 years ago during Biden administration. And he was shooting at people. Nobody died. He's now serving life prison sentence. So this NYPD, and sometimes the people would slam the emergency brakes, you know, and cause me to bump my head, you know. So they're terrorizing me on the train, and they just want me dead because they don't want me to expose that Eric Garner was killed on purpose to make money for the black Americans, because they thought his death is going to start a revolutionary war, and they're going to get reparation. And that's why they killed him on July 17th. They're motivated by a black American preacher, his statement. His name is Bishop Jordan. He said the number 17 is a very important date number to God. So it's a revolutionary number, just like my birthday number 8. So I was born on July 8th, and the killer Ghana that was helping me on July 17th, you know, to start a revolutionary war, so that the whole world would pity black Americans. And people were marching towards American embassy in England. People were so angry that why did they choke this guy dead? You know, so this is crazy. And Al Sharpton is also joining in, and he said, you know, people that want to get justice have to come through him. He said, some of you have been trying to get justice, you ain't getting nothing. He said, because you have to come through us. We control this civil rights game, so everything is a game. And he said, come and march on October 8th, 2025. Say on Wall Street. Say, you know, and I always beg for money around that area, and people will call me mommy. I said, don't call me mommy. I'm not looking to adopt anybody's child. And so I did march on October 8th, and I was on the train. They said this black American guy to come and choke me on the train. And the police won't, you know, identify him either. You know? So, and Alvin Bragg wouldn't arrest these people either. Alvin Bragg is a protege of Al Sharpton. Eric Adams is a protege of Al Sharpton. So they're forming a black American revolutionary gang, and they believe by killing Africans. You know, it's just so much. Every day. Just so much. You know, they say in Rikers Island, they said that they did so in Black American Rikers Island. They said stole $40 from a woman and they put him in prison for 40 years. They were postponing his case. And when finally released him, he committed suicide. He committed suicide when finally released him. You know, so I'm trying to find them. They're deleting some of my videos. Yeah, then. I'm trying to find some of the other. Sorry, I'm busy right now. I'm on the phone. I can't really talk with you. I can't talk with you. I'm sorry.
But with Easy Cater, the food always does.
Ask the Talking Book Club.
Connection unstable?
I don't know who you are, but you're just photobombing me right now. I'm sorry. I can't talk with you. I'm trying to find the chokehold of October 8th. That day, our chapter was organizing a march. And I said, if anybody don't show up, so you're not going to get civil rights in America. And I didn't show up. So some of you have been trying to get civil rights. So that they first are monitoring me and they keep providing information to Eric Adams and he's giving it to our chapter. As that they want me to adopt children and from them, and so that they can kill me and kill any money I have. My father is dead, my mother is dead. I don't have any child. So, you know, so they're blocking from getting just even Benjamin Crumb. He's a Black American lawyer. He promised to help me, and the police came and choked me in 2019. And I've been contacting him back since then. He doesn't respond back to me. And he's always on Instagram posting messages. So I'm like, and he claims he cares about civil rights. So this is what is going on. So they're deleting some of my important videos.
Who owns the black bag? Does anybody know who owns the black bag? I'm trying to call 911. 10 minutes. A guy tried to grab me by my dress yesterday, October 7th, 2025.